So we've built a network of district-wide partners, and we work with counselors at these various schools to encourage their students to apply to these dual enrollment programs. Two dimensions of inclusive excellence are access and success, and community and partnerships. Our recent high school partner programs, I'm going to talk about the various programs that we have here at Trinity. First is the Early College Academy, which is a partnership with DCPS and Coolidge High School. We have our fall and spring dual enrollment with KIPP, OSSE, and CHEC. We have the Summer Bridge to College Success, and that's a partnership with OSSE. We have the Cybernetics Summer Immersion Program, which was sponsored by the Capital Collab. It was their Talent Ready initiative last summer. And then last but not least, we have the Summer Earn and Learn Program, which is in partnership with SYEP, the Mayor's Program. Now, the various DCPS schools that have been served by our many programs include Ballou, Cardozo, Coolidge, Columbia Heights Education Campus, or CHEC as it's known, Duke Ellington, McKinley Tech, Phelps Architecture School, Woodrow Wilson, H.D. Woodson. We also have public charter schools who we serve, and these are Capital City, Cesar Chavez Friendship, IDEA, KIPP, DC, Hall, and of course, the last one is Thurgood Marshall, which is hidden there. And so we are very excited, and I'm going to show you some pictures infused with information on each of these programs. This is a nice picture of our first Early College Academy cohort from Coolidge High School, and we have 37 students in this cohort, and they're here to take classes that lead to the associate's degree in general studies. So this is the AA degree, and this curriculum includes general courses, co-curricular courses that include academic success seminar. Starting with that, we have college composition, we have math, and as you can go down the list, you'll see they take arts classes, history, philosophy, political science, psychology, religious studies, and sociology. And they have room for 4 electives during their 2 years here. And then to top it off, we have the capstone seminar, which they finish in their senior year. The dual enrollment program, the regular dual enrollment, we have classes that we offer for our partner schools in the fall, in the spring, as well as in summer. And our recent courses that we've offered include critical reading and writing, English composition, critical reasoning and oral argumentation, introduction to sociology, and introduction to psychology. The Summer Bridge to College Success Program is a 6-week program, and this is for college-bound seniors who need a refresher in math and English. So we do have a format in which they take some of these math and English courses or study skills, but we also infuse academic success workshops within the 6 weeks. Last year we did offer some science lab workshops. For example, they went to a simulation lab. So that was an exciting, day for them. So a typical weekly schedule for a summer bridge looks something like this. As you can see, in the morning, they take the academic success seminar, followed by either math or English. And then they go to what we call the lunch and learn to our dining hall, and they use that time to sort of debrief and then just chat with each other. And then in the afternoon, they come back to do a reading writing lab or a math lab. And then you also notice that they do have academic research in college 2 days a week. So this would be a typical weekly schedule for the Summer Bridge program. The Summer Earn and Learn program in partnership with the Mayor's Summer Youth Employment Program is also a 6-week program, and students actually sign up for the Mayor's program so that they get compensated to come and take the class. So that's why we call it the Earn and Learn. And our recent Summer Earn and Learn program has enrolled students in microbiology, public speaking, intro to psychology, fundamentals of chemistry, and introduction to data analytics. This is a nice picture from our Biology 130 microbiology class in the summer of 2019. These are KIPP students, I believe. Yes. The Cybernetic Summer Immersion Program, again, was funded through Capital Collab. This was last summer when this was a unique program because students came in to take a class plus an internship. So they stayed practically the whole day here on Trinity's campus for 6 weeks. In the morning, they took classes in either cloud computing or programming. And in the afternoon, they had hands-on practical applications of what they learned. And the cloud computing class actually prepared them for the AWS, the Amazon certification in cloud practitioner role. And so there were 7 students who actually took that exam at the end of that summer. I have a quote from a student. This is a CHEC student, Timothy Williams, who says, I went into this course with confidence and some prior knowledge to coding in Python. So he was in the Python programming class. I'm a quick learner when it comes to computers, but in this program, it's been an eye-opener of how much more that I need to learn. And this is a statement from Professor Emilia Butu, who was the instructor for that class. And she also was the mentor for the afternoon internship. And she says the purpose of the internship was for students to develop their programming skills and professional readiness skills. They learn programming concepts in the lecture class and put those concepts to work in a real world environment in which they learn software development phases and how to solve problems from requirements elicitation through modeling and design to implementation, testing, and deployment. So that was the hands-on practical applications in the afternoon. Now, I'm very excited to mention that we've secured 2 new partnerships, which are going to begin this summer. One is our Biotechnology Summer Intensive Partnership with our McKinley Tech team, and you'll be hearing from our panelists from there as well now. So the BSI program, the Biotechnology Summer Intensive, is a holistic program in conjunction with the American Biotechnology Association. You see ABA there. So they are part of this, and they reached out to Trinity. And as you can see, they are going through a whole program, but our part is to offer these students STEM classes. And this summer, we are going to be offering them Biology 101. So we're going to have a group of McKinley Tech students come in this summer to take that class. And then the second exciting partnership that is going to begin, not the summer, but the fall, is our partnership with OSSE. They have a new advanced technical career, ATC that they call. That's a new initiative to expand their existing career and technology education. And they approached us and asked us if we could offer pathways in 3 different fields: health sciences, cybersecurity, and health information technology. So what we're doing is having conversations now, and in the fall, we would be offering 1 class each in each of those pathways. So with that, I am going to stop now. As you can see, we have some amazing representatives of our partnerships. We have a whole big panel here. And I'm going to introduce Professor Hans Momplaisir, who is our Assistant Professor of Sociology. Some of our students here have had him. He teaches Sociology 100 in our Early College Academy. And I'm pleased to say that he's going to be moderating the panel today. So, thank you.
Thank you, Dean Ramamurti. Good afternoon, everyone. So we know in every partnership, we know the benefits come from when both members of the partnership benefit. A symbiotic relationship is one of the most productive and fruitful relationships. Here at Trinity, we benefit from our partnerships by building community through our partnerships. We have the ability to afford students in the community access to a quality education. And we also get to fulfill a number of our missions, including providing a liberal arts education, professional development through experiential learning, and it enhances our commitment to education. And we cannot do this without our partnership. So we would like to thank you for being here. We'd like to thank you for being part of our Early College Academy. So we'd like to start by, I would want you to introduce yourselves as our partners and then our current Early College Education Academy students and those 2 students who have gone through our program.
So my name is Andrew Ratcliff. I'm a freshman at Trinity, Washington University, and I'm a junior at Coolidge, senior high school. And yeah, my overall experience at Trinity has been great so far, and it has me looking forward to college and education even in the further.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Felicia Beatty. I work for the Office of the State Superintendent of Education, OSSE, and I oversee the Dual Enrollment Consortium program for the District of Columbia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Taelah Lee. I was here for dual enrollment. I come from KIPP, DC on Brentwood Parkway. I was in a microbiology program and I really loved it. And you can see I came back.
Hi, everyone. My name is Blair Johnson. I work with KIPP DC with the KIPP Forward team supporting alumni as they transition out of high school. I'm over all of the dual enrollment programs for both KIPP DC high schools.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon Clarke. I'm a freshman computer science major at Howard University, and I'm a former participant of both the SYEP program and the Summer Bridge program at OSSE.
Hi, my name is Darien Gregory. I am the Admissions and Partnerships Director at McKinley CHEC. So I'm in charge of recruiting all our new students, mostly in 9th and 10th grade at McKinley. I'm also in charge of all of our external partnerships with McKinley and all of the businesses and colleges that we have partnerships with in the DC area.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sherry Richardson. I serve as Director of the Academy of Biotechnology at McKinley Technology High School. We're made up of 185 students and 3 teachers. Our mission is to essentially support biotechnology education for each and every one of our scholars.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bayo. This is also my first year at Trinity Washington University. I'm also part of the early college program from Coolidge Senior High School. And same as Andrew, my experience has been good so far.
And we have Maria online with us.
I'm Maria Tukeva, principal at Columbia Heights Educational Campus. And our students really enjoy participating in the dual enrollment program.
Welcome. So I want to start this discussion by asking our partners to communicate with us. How has your experience been with this dual enrollment program, and how can we better assist you to make this a better partnership? No, our partners. You'll have your time, Andrew.
Hello, everyone again.
Taelah, Taelah, we'll have some time for you as well. So yeah, if we can start with,
I can go ahead if you like.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. So we have had a partnership with Trinity for many years now. I think maybe even around 8 or so. I came in around the last 3 years. And I can personally say from my experience that, the team has really been supportive, not only of, us as a staff, but our students, not only academically, but also their personal advancement, which has been, super helpful for our students moving forward. Working with Hope as kind of the liaison has really been helpful because she's really been advocating, especially during, the last few years during the pandemic, really trying to create innovative ways to really keep our students, performing well academically in the midst of, unprecedented times. And so, like I said, I was really appreciative of our partnership, and I am super excited to see how we'll continue to expand in years to come.
I would say we started our discussion pre-pandemic, and then it was sort of just abruptly interrupted. So we've had some changes since then at McKinley, but we kind of just picked up where we left off and expanded the ideas a little bit. And I come from a dual enrollment background in higher ed. So I kind of have a really good understanding, and it's very easy to communicate with Sita and Hope to what our goals are at McKinley and how we can infuse them with biotechnology. So even though our program is just beginning and it's going to kick off this summer, we've kind of already built it out to 2 years to try to make it a cohort process that we can continue over time. But I think it's been great. We'll obviously see how it rolls out this summer, but I'm very hopeful. And I know it's going to last and be extremely successful with all the partners that we have.
So the Academy of Biotechnology has a layered history with Trinity, Washington. Actually, back in 2019, we started to discuss a collaboration around biotechnology research, which was extending from a project students at McKinley had accomplished with a group in Ghana, Winneba Secondary, which is a high school in Ghana. The students at McKinley Tech collaborated with them to build an indigenous water purifier. And because of that research, we spoke with Trinity about extending it. So we wanted to take that research and extend it by actually filtering water out of the Anacostia River here in Washington, D.C. And so Trinity really pulled out all the stops to develop a professional development that was catered specifically to bioinformatics, genotyping, something that our students and teachers could really benefit from, and it supported the overall research project. And so that was back in 2019, and we actually did the PD in 2020. It was a phenomenal experience. I believe we were right here in this building when we experienced it. And just this year, as Sita mentioned, we've established a partnership with Trinity and the American Biotechnology Association for the Biotechnology Summer Intensive. So there, our students are going to have the opportunity to not only complete an internship, but also secure experience with a college course. They'll be able to prep for their industry certification exam. They'll be supported in securing community service hours and just overall professional development. And Trinity has been an integral part of making that successful. So we're really excited to have a partner like Trinity supporting our academy and McKinley Tech.
Well, at OSSE, we love Trinity University. Major shout out to Sita and Hope. Thank you so much for opening the doors for our students at the consortium program to engage in classes that are fruitful, that we like to say. And being able to see the success has been remarkable on our end. So I thank you so much. And we're so excited that we expanded our seats due to additional funding. So we look forward to increasing our funding and again, opening that door for more students to be engaged in dual enrollment opportunities. So far, it's been great. I appreciate you all, your flexibility, being able to adapt with us and the courses that we believe our students would like to engage in. And again, providing that opportunity for our DCPS and charter students. So thank you.
Thank you. And Maria?
Yes, Columbia Heights Educational Campus has had a partnership with Trinity for many years. And so dual enrollment, we find, is a really effective pipeline for our students to post-secondary education. And most of our students who engage in dual enrollment are then successful in college. The staff of Trinity has been amazing. Hope and Sita just make the whole process seamless, and it really assists the students in being successful. So our partnership has been a really important part of our post-secondary goals.
Good. So with that being said, some ideas of how we can make our partnership more fruitful for the students as well as for your organizations. Yes, you're on the spot.
Well, considering we haven't actually started ours, I just think that the fluid communication between Sherry and myself, because we're in very different areas in our school, but also being able to talk with Sita and Hope, they're super responsive. They're always open to our feedback. They're very helpful. You know, high schools are a little janky at times, so sometimes we need them to have a little grace with us to like get our students on board and make sure that, you know, we're meeting their timelines and, you know, getting our budgeting in order and things of that nature. So as of right now, I think you guys are doing wonderful, and I think it's gonna just pan out well. But obviously, people who have a lot more students who've gone through the program will be able to, you know, probably speak to that as well.
For OSSE, I believe, but I know we spoke about the Sita and Hope regarding expanding the course selection for our students and the possibility of exploring cohorts. I know we spoke about that. And of course, the big thing, additional funding. So if we get more funding, we want to continue to expand the seats and increase it. We've already increased this as well, the number of courses students can actually take. Remember, at first it was just one class. Now it's up to 8 credits. Students can partake in courses through the Dual Enrollment Consortium program. Everything paid for, you know, I'm about to sell the program to you all. Everything paid for free, right, guys? But yeah, so the cohort and expanding course selections and again, the funding piece. We can identify more additional funds that will really help us serve more students in the district.
Yeah, I'll follow up on that. Similarly, I think for KIPP DC, we again just love the partnership thus far. Thinking of possible improvements, we're always open to expansion. So thinking kind of not only expansion of the course offerings, but also the times that they're being offered, specifically for our students who are currently still in high school during the fall and spring semesters, wanting to make sure that our students can balance both their high school class schedule with their college schedule as well. And so we're definitely looking forward to, continuing to put our students in Trinity courses and move forward and expand for years to come.
Just to echo Darien, we haven't actually started our program yet, but we anticipate a very successful summer program in the coming months. But I will say one of the things the Academy of Biotechnology is looking to do is expand its course offerings. I think it would be attractive to be able to offer an additional course that could potentially be in collaboration with Trinity that would offer students some sort of credit and support them in graduating from the school.
And Maria?
I think one thing that would be helpful, most of our students really adjust very well to the college environment, but sometimes a student will struggle, and it would be really great to have ongoing communication with all of the professors in the event that a student needs additional support at the school. So I don't know how that would look or what that could be like, but perhaps periodic check-ins or maybe even a platform where we could make sure that all of our students are really doing okay and don't need additional support.
Thank you. And we want to thank you for providing us with some of the best and brightest students in DC. To get into the program, it's not just a cakewalk, right? They have to qualify and meet certain standards to get into the program. And when they get here, we're often elated at the quality and the commitment of the students that are in the program. So now I'd like to hear from these students. So let's start with our current ECA students. Tell us a little bit about your experience and how that has changed you in any way. We'll start with Andrew.
So I think this experience at ECA has changed me a lot. First of all, academically, I think I am way more advanced compared to what I was just a year or two ago. I have learned APA and the MLA format, so there's no problems when I had my papers. I learned to cite my sources. When I was little, I always used to see my mom writing college papers. I used to see the sources and I never understood it. And it was cool to like learn it while I was really in college like my mother. And I also learned things about myself personally. I learned that I'm more mature. I learned that I can, like I'm more confident in myself as a person because I am taking college classes at my age.
D?
So my experience has been good so far. When it comes to things that I have learned, start off like as you said, when it comes to like APA and MLA, back then I would just go on Google the first thing that I find. I would just put on my paper, but like obviously now you have to be more responsible. Plagiarism is a big thing. Therefore, learning how to do that comes to maturity also. Being mature is a big thing because for us, especially for us, we were in 9th grade at first and coronavirus came, then immediately came to Trinity. So we really didn't have like a high school experience. So it was just like coming from 9th grade and immediately to college, which also leads to independence. We have to be more independent, coming to office hours without saying, you are not gonna find a teacher who is gonna be like, oh darling, you have not some video work. Make sure you do that. There's no such thing as that. It will all be to you. Obviously, you are going to get help, but you have to be like, more independent, mature. It is a big actually, because I can say that I'm 17 and in freshman at college.
And I can attest to both of these students' progress and their commitment. They've been wonderful students, and I'm sure that my colleagues who currently teach in the program as well can attest to that as well. So the students who've gone through the program, Taelah and Brandon, could you tell us a bit about your experience and how that's prepared you for moving beyond the ECA into your respective universities?
Okay, so I was a part of the program in 2019, so it's been quite a while since I actually done this, but my experience there was definitely amazing. As I mentioned before, I was in SYP, but I also participated in the summer bridge, so I took a lot of English and reading classes. But definitely the one thing I am most thankful for coming out of that program was learning how to do academic research. When you go to college, academic research is a very big thing, and knowing how to do APA citations, everything is really huge. So getting that experience by doing so many different projects and academic research during my summer bridge program, it definitely told me what my college experience would be about as a freshman. Because currently I've done 4 academic research throughout my entire year. And I definitely have to give credit to the summer bridge program that I was part of. So it was definitely a good experience for me.
Taelah?
Hello, everyone. My experience with dual enrollment has to be an amazing one. I was in high school, I was in 10th grade, I wasn't sure when it was like, hey, do you want to take a college class? I was like, yeah, my resume, college, that would look great. But when I got there, I was so nervous because I was like, high school makes it seem like, oh, professors, is red tape, they don't really care. But at Trinity, they were so welcoming and so flexible. I had Professor Nelson. If I didn't understand something, she wouldn't mind stopping. She would draw on a board, she would write it down, have pictures. She just made it so easy to understand. And she actually helped me fall in love with the health field. Right now, I'm currently pre-licensed in nursing. And I would just say, yes, my experience has been truly amazing. And I truly feel that Trinity is a community and really cares about you.
Good. And for our partners, what have you heard as far as feedback from students? What has stood out to some of you?
I'm thinking specifically, we just finished up preparing for some students to take part of the SYP summer program. And I'm thinking of a student in particular who shared with me just her initial concerns of just college in general and how scared she was about the, atmosphere and experiences. This is going to be her second summer taking part in the SYE program at Trinity. And she said her first summer at Trinity was really that turning point for her, where she was able to, kind of diminish some of those thoughts and concerns that she's had around that academic atmosphere. She said that her summer at Trinity was really able to, support her and prepare her for, a college experience and push her academically, where she felt, comfortable to go into these spaces. And I think that's super important, and something that I, share with, prospective students who are interested in, Trinity dual enrollment programs. But that's something that's super important for, our students.
On the dual enrollment consortium side, major shout out to our school staff, LEA POCs like Blair. The feedback I've received from our LEA POCs, the students are really engaged in all of the classes. So sociology, psychology, they enjoy that campus life experience of being a college student. They get the ID, they feel as one. As I mentioned, someone just stated as in a community, they feel that. So I really appreciate that. And just, again, the experience of actually stepping on a college campus, taking a course, and they'll tell us, yeah, and it's for free. Like, so you can't beat that. So positive feedback that I received from our LEA POCs at our respective high schools. So thank you all for your great work that you all do for the students as well.
As far as McKinley Tech is concerned, I think I've received the most positive feedback one can receive, and that's an invitation to the graduation from Trinity's nursing program. So an alumni of our Biotech Academy is actually going to graduate from Trinity in a few weeks. And so I was very happy to be invited to that, and definitely plan on being present. I think it's just a testament to the community that Trinity creates, the pipeline that we're continuing to build between our Academy of Biotechnology and Trinity, and just the success that we can inevitably expect.
And I would just say, as an admissions director, I work very closely with Nicole Savage from Coolidge. And she's always talking about how her students love the experience and how they're so much more prepared and they're so driven. And she watches their growth while they're in the program. So I expect that we'll have similar experiences. And she's part of the reason why we really wanted to like push this program. It's so that our students would have more of those opportunities.
So for our students, can you share some either class activities or projects that you had some difficulties with and how you were able to grow and overcome those difficulties using some of the skills and tools that you've learned along the way?
So I think in my English 107 class, we had to write a final paper on a topic of our choosing. And at the beginning, I had my topic, and I did have trouble narrowing it down, and I had trouble just writing it completely. But I had my idea, and I would go to tutors, and I would go to the library, and I go to the writing center, and they would assist me. And writing this helped me grow educationally because I see the difference in my writing from 9th grade and from that paper that I wrote a couple months ago. And it helped me grow as a person because the topic that I wrote about, it related to me as a Black man. I wrote about the racist intent and impact of the war on drugs. So while researching it, I found many things that just made me look at life differently. And it helped me understand the political and social climate that we live in. And yeah, I really appreciate that class. And shout out to Professor Weiler. She helped me.
I feel like I've demonstrated both in every single class and project that I've done. But if I have to go one, I would go with the Scholar class, my English composition class. Since throughout the semester, we were focusing on writing an 8 to 10 page paper. That was like my first ever college research paper. And she gave us the opportunity to write about something that is meaningful to us. So when it comes to growth, first of all, I chose the impact of the hijab on Muslim women because I was a Muslim woman myself. Therefore, I learned a lot about, because the U.S. has a big history of racial and cultural discrimination. Therefore, narrowing down to my specific problem, which was Muslim women, it was extremely helpful, not only in my academic, my educational problem, because, like Andrew stated, writing was not really our thing that much. We was good at writing, but coming to a college level writing, incorporating into the geography, studying your sources, that kind of like helped us a lot. And also, again, when we're writing about the topic, I learned a lot of interesting facts. For instance, make sure you guys remember this. The first ever person to found a university was by a Muslim woman. Yes. Yes. So, writing about this topic has been very amazing. Thank you, Ms. Wiley.
And to all former students, can you recall an experience that you had here that you were able to tap into after you left the program that helped you in your current classes or current university?
Sure. So during my experience in our program, one of the classes, well, I guess I can start off by this way. Currently, during my high school years, we never took a financial class. And I think finance is very important for us as high school, especially as seniors, because this is when credit card companies start throwing all that at you. I'm not joking. So being able to learn a lot about finances, such as compound interest and simple interest, I definitely took that out with me into college, and it helped me tremendously during my economics class. So yeah, I am really thankful for that financial class because, as I mentioned before, credit cards are going to start rolling in when you're in college. So it's really good to just be aware of all those financial terminologies and concepts that you know. So I definitely thank you for that.
From my dual enrollment experience for microbiology, it taught me a lot of time management and independence, which is necessary for anatomy. Pre-licensure nursing having to take anatomy is required, and it's a very difficult course. And I'm very thankful that I took microbiology because I feel Professor Nelson really prepared me. She encouraged me and she helped me remember she wasn't hand-holding. Because, in high school, teachers tend, drop you down the hallways, like you gotta go to class, you gotta do your homework, you do this, you do that. But in college, it's different. In college, what you get out of it is what you put in. So being able to use those time management skills, the studying skills that I learned from microbiology for my nursing career and for anatomy, I'm very thankful for.
So back to our partners, hearing this from your students, our students, what would you like for them to communicate to either students at their high schools who might be interested in participating in some of these programs?
So again, as a missions director, I would like to send all of the students here to talk to my students during their summer break, just so that they're aware, right? Students don't know what they don't know. So when another student gives them the information, it sounds much different than one of us doing that. So for me, it would just be for students to make sure that they're telling other students their stories, to encourage them to just get out of their comfort zone and take those leaps.
I'd like to say just starting with the benefits, explaining to our students why this is a good choice, how they can be successful, why this would be different or more beneficial compared to maybe just pursuing a traditional high school route. Just starting with that, but then also being honest about the challenges, saying it's going to take time management. You're going to have to be maybe more responsible than what's expected of you in a typical high school, but it will all manifest itself into something that's going to put you ahead. So I would say it's being honest overall.
Did it happen again? It's just the projector. We can keep going.
To follow up on that, I think also just saying that sharing their experiences, I think letting future and prospective students know that they're capable of completing these classes I think sometimes when students first begin some of these courses, they might be taken back by how different it might be in comparison to some of their high school classes. But I think that as they, matriculate throughout the courses, they're able to really, gain a better understanding of the courses, how to navigate that type of coursework, and just sharing again their experiences on how they were able to navigate those, situations and move forward towards, successfully completing the course.
For myself, with the Dual Enrollment Consortium program, it's fairly unique due to the partnerships. We have over 20 different partnerships with public DCPS and charter schools. So for you all, I would love, man, you guys, you all could actually come through the OSSE. If you have to visit OSSE one day, we can provide those testimonies, right? Even information sessions. I'm hosting those. I'm visiting high schools. I would love for you all to come out and share, as the panel just stated, your experiences, your challenges, discussing the study fields, time management, all of that, to open our students' eyes, right? I see here that the seed was planted. I'm watching you all, the growth maturity is amazing, right? I'm shouting you out to everybody. Y'all are trying to give a hand for that. That's what we're here to do. So again, I would love for you all to come on out to OSSE, come out to the schools and share your testimony, because it can really touch and inspire a lot of students, as Blair just mentioned, who feel as if they can't do it, but they actually can. Yeah. Seeing their peers do it, that's inspiring. That can really change someone's life and open a door that can lead to major success. I see you right here, right? Right here, right? So yes, so I would love for you all to provide that for me. Right. Yeah.
We'll work something out.
Yeah. Please, yes, I would love it.
I'll talk to you after practice.
And I would like to invite some of the faculty in the audience who have worked with some of our students just to share some of their experiences.
Sure, I'd be happy to. I am Jill Weiler, and I teach English in the 7th class. So hi, my name is Jill Weiler, and I teach the English 107 for the ECA, and I also teach TRS 101 and 102. And I can honestly say that in my 4 years here, my best class experiences have been with the ECA, the dual enrollment program, that the high school students come with tremendous energy, motivation, drive, compassion, real peer support. And I really think there's a lot that we can learn at the university about this high school program, and that many lessons that they can take back to their school. One of the questions I have, I know it's not time for questions, but I'm wondering for the high school, for the students who've done dual enrollment, what the difference is between being on a college campus full-time versus taking one class or taking college class 8 back at your own high school, how that feels different.
Okay, so Professor Weiler, to answer your question, it's more responsibility. High school is more routine. Like you get your schedule and you just 8 to 4, that was our schedule, I can't get there at 8. But in college, like you choose your schedule, you may have a class at like 12 in the afternoon, and then your next class not till 8 because you got to work. So it's a lot more juggling, and really it's up to you to be responsible and really manage your own time. Then in high school, if you're not there, you get a call home like, oh, your child wasn't here, and it's not. But in college, they won't call your mother. They won't come look for you. It's like you gotta show up. You gotta be responsible. You gotta handle your business.
Yeah, that is exactly real. When you go to college, it's more of an integrity type thing. You're more responsible for you. You're responsible for your schedule. You're responsible for your eating, how you plan your day, basically. Back in high school, it was definitely more routine. Go to school at 9. You go from 9 to 12, 12 to 1 is lunch. Then you got to go right back to class. Much different in college. You make your own schedule. You choose how you control your own day. So therefore, it's a lot of integrity, but also a lot of flexibility when it comes to being every day on campus and interacting with people. So I think that is like the major difference.
Yeah. And
I'm Carlos Cardenas. I taught at the EC program for pre-calculus, and I remember when the students came 2 years ago, and it was exciting to see them in the college classroom, and specifically, their performance in math, and to understand first how well they did in pre-calculus, but also like it's opening their doors to take calculus before they even get to college. And now it's going to open the doors for a number of STEM fields, right? Whether it's economics or chemistry or biology or business. And I saw that, like I saw that in the classroom, that aptitude for math. And there were, moments where we had to struggle and find, different ways to either use online graphing calculators or come to tutoring. But I clearly saw the commitment of students, and I'm really proud of them. And I hope they're going to go on and take a calculus class and not stop there, but I hope the next progress is calculus for them.
Oh, yeah. So I've had the honor and privilege of teaching the academic success seminar, the 1 credit seminar, right?
Yeah.
We went over credits, right?
Yeah.
And I enjoyed seeing the way that all of you just gravitated to the work, wanting to know more about college life and what it took to be successful. And you all were diligent and coming to class, doing your assignments. Some of them were late, but that's okay. But you were persistent and you pushed through. Some of you had some difficult periods during the semester, but you were able to persevere. And I saw that in all of you. Your ability to persevere and persist, which is, anyone can tell you, is the key to success. Okay. Yes, you were knowledgeable about the content, some of the things you had to learn, but the fact that you were able to move past some of the trials, overcome some of your trials, and keep on pushing forward. And that's what I enjoyed seeing in all of you. And Maria, are you still with us? Maria?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes. I think about a lot of the students who have been through this program and how it has been a major turning point in their career. And so many of them have told me, similar to what some of the students here were saying, that you have to learn to be responsible for your own time, for how you use your time. And it makes me think about how, we should be changing high school maybe so that it weren't so rigid. And then maybe when students are juniors and seniors, they shouldn't have to go all at the same time. There should be different starting times, different ending times. We don't necessarily have the leeway right now to do that, but it's something that we're thinking about as a school. Like, how could we change high school to make it a better preparation for college so it isn't such a big shock? So I think that the experience at Trinity really helps a small number of students, but I would like more students to get that experience by having high school experiences that are more similar to what college is.
We have 3 current ECA students in our audience, and I'd like to hear from them as well. You knew I was coming.
Could you repeat the question?
I just want you to share some of your thoughts about your experience in the program.
Oh, okay. So my name is Lydia. So like Andrew and Diarou, I'm also an ECA student from Coolidge. And the experience has been really, what's the word? It's been really good because we don't, not everybody gets this type of opportunity. So taking advantage of it and, having the chance to be doing this at the young age that we are is really amazing. And yeah, that's
Talk about the food.
Yeah, the food is really good. You're not gonna find free food that's this good anywhere. So. Yeah.
Well, the experience. My name is Elizabeth Esau,
and the experience has been good so far. I've learned a lot. A lot of people don't get these chances, so I'm lucky to have it. To be honest, I accidentally enrolled in the college program, and I went to the orientation. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I didn't know I enrolled into this. So I was like, I don't know if I should, stay in it, but I stayed in it and I made it this far. So I'm happy to be in it.
My name is Gabrielle Kaiser, and this experience has been great. I'm grateful, very grateful, because this experience allows me to attend college early and get resources that I wouldn't get at a normal high school or at my high school. I like how our teachers challenge us and they don't underestimate us just because, we're coming from high school. They still expect us to strive as a college student and do college work. And I like that because I want to become great and do better.
I'd like to open to the audience for questions to our partners and to our students.
Oh. Okay, so I want to ask Dee and Andrew, I want to ask you guys, like, for the students that are coming into the ECA next year, what is some advice you would give them to help them prepare for this experience?
So first, I would say, make sure that you study hard. Don't take advantage. I mean, like, make sure you go to your study hall. Make sure that you stay on top of your work. And make sure that you take advantage of everything. Take advantage of the library, because I went inside the library, there's so many books, and you can really learn about things that you care about. Even the little things, like they said before, the food, getting a free breakfast meal, a free lunch meal every single day. That's like something that people take for granted. And a lot of people don't eat every single day. So getting to have it for free, we're extremely lucky. And even the things down like the gym, you can go get fit. You know what I'm saying? We 16, 17, we go get fit for free. A lot of people, we gotta pay for membership. So it's just like little things and little opportunities that I'm extremely grateful for. And the next ECA cohort needs to take advantage of them too.
To add on to what Andrew said, I would say have gratitude. Like, we're extremely grateful because, gratitude actually forces you to get moving. Every single time you have like a challenge, think about the fact that other people, even though it's a challenge, they would rather have this than just be at a normal high school, eating Dcps and school, a food right here. They have a pool you can use for free. Also, gym, we use that all the time. Therefore, have gratitude. And also, kind of like, I'm not saying completely leave high school behind, but kind of leave behind. Think about the fact that now you're a college student, because right here there's a lot of respect. There's not going to be such thing as chaos, fighting, argument. There's just a lot of like respect. You go outside of everybody, excuse me, not in high school, be like, move out my way. So, there's no such thing as this. So respect and gratitude, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Being a former member, there's a few things that I would say for like the next batch of the next cohort is, when you come into this program, definitely have a growth mindset. I'm gonna be honest, I was one of the kids I thought that, hey, I already know this, I'm about to just do this and get paid because I was part of the SYP. So yeah. I had that mindset, but as I continued throughout the program, I definitely learned a lot. So I'll definitely say come in here with a growth mindset and know that my mom always told me that every grade that you go to, it's going to be harder than the last. So do not expect it to be easy, but also it's not impossible to do. You can do, we've all of us have done it up here. You guys are doing it right now. So for the next batch, I definitely guys said, just come here with a growth mindset. You can do it and always do your best because only your best is good enough.
So first of all, I just wanted to thank all of you for sharing your perspective. I just wanted to thank all of you for sharing your experiences with us, and you all are amazing. And so I'd like to congratulate you for your bravery and your hard work, and for taking what you all say, this opportunity, and doing a great job with it. So I am just meeting you for the first time. I've seen some of you in the hallway. I'm so proud of you. And I have a question for you kind of about growth mindset. I was just curious if you have a thought for how this has shaped maybe your goals for the future, or where you see yourself going in the future because of this experience that you've taken advantage of.
I could go first. I would say completing dual enrollment when I was just in high school. I was 15 years old at the time, and you know, in the neighborhood where I grew up at, people don't expect much from you. So to be able to complete a college class at such a young age, I was like, well, if I could do this, then, you know, I could just keep going, just a little while longer, just keep pushing myself. And now I'm about to complete my first freshman year of college, and the neighborhood I come from is a blessing, everybody. So I would just say attending a college class is really inspiring, and it's really, you could really self-motivate yourself kind of, because you're like, well, I just made it this far, I just got to keep going.
So for me, my biggest problem was language barriers since I moved into the United States in 2016. Therefore, I kind of like did not imagine myself being a freshman and also, you know, applying for colleges, because I thought that, you know, I have to take years into like learning English than being able to apply for colleges. So when it comes to like what I see myself as in my future, it has like exceeded, to be honest, because, you know, I was thinking 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, but not really.
This has shaped my future because I think it just gives me way more opportunities. Like she said before, like it really do instill a sense of self-confidence. Yeah, so really think like I can do this. You don't see many people who look like us going to college at young ages or taking college courses. And it just makes you feel good about yourself. And sometimes you can sit back and be like, dang, I'm really doing this. So yeah.
Okay, so my question would be directed to Diarou. So when you said that you were doing the project for Ms. Weiler, you said it was a topic that was close and personal to you. So how did you feel throughout doing this project? Like, what feelings did you have?
So writing about it, I actually like, as soon as she said that we can choose to write about anything, I immediately thought of it, because in my sophomore year, I had a journalism class, and we actually did more research. I could write about an article that I wanted, but I didn't have the chance to, you know, do more research about it. Therefore, even though obviously it was personal, I had that problem with Ms. Weiler where I have to kind of give my opinion to myself a little bit, because, you know, when it comes to those type of projects, I would like to say, you know, these people are bad, but I can't really do that. I have to like kind of go into like an educational pattern, kind of going into like historical event, not really kind of putting my own thought into it. Because, you know, a lot of times if you go based on what you feel, you won't really get educational opinion most of the time. But it wasn't actually an amazing process, because thanks to that, I'm right here sitting down talking about it. And I actually educated more of my classmates, because many of them did not know about such thing as Islamophobia, hijabophobia. The history of the United States was mostly Islamophobia, or Islamic problems. Therefore, it was an amazing project.
So my question is for Ms. Baity, is that from OSSE, and we have up here this wonderful representation from McKinley and CHEC and Coolidge and KIPP. And I'm just wondering what OSSE's vision is for the high schools in DC and the DC public and charter schools. The vision to have a program like this in every school, or what's OSSE's plan?
OSSE's plan regarding dual enrollment, correct? Okay. So with OSSE, our plan, we would love to open the doors for all students in every high school to have access to dual enrollment opportunities. And for us, opening that door for variety of courses that can be offered, we're even looking into cohort models to see, hey, would that work? That's something we can actually explore. And our partnership with Trinity, I know, Sita gonna kill me. We spoke about that as far as implementing cohorts and again, offering a variety of classes. And also you mentioned, Blair, about times. we discussed that as well. I know that is our vision, to ensure that every student has an opportunity paid for. I've been able to speak with various state members who have dual enrollment opportunities. I'm talking about 50,000. I'm like, how do we get here? But one of the requirements is the funding piece, right? But as long as we can access that funding, we can ensure that every student has an opportunity. Right now, we can definitely ensure that we've increased our credit hours. At first, it was just one class, a 3 credit course. That was it. But since I've been here since 2021, I know leadership, they like, this woman gets on my nerves, but I'm constantly banging on doors saying, hey, can we open the door for more credit hours to be offered to our students? What about transportation? What else can we provide for our students? How can we meet them where they are? So we are taking those appropriate steps to ensure that we can meet our students where they are. And again, providing endless opportunities for dual enrollment. But again, the ultimate goal is to ensure that every student has an opportunity to engage in dual enrollment. Hope I answered your question, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. I just wanted to follow up on that a little bit, because tomorrow morning here, for the next day of this Luce Colloquium, we have representatives from the U.S. Department of Education coming from the predominantly Black institutions program. And that was the PBI grant that gave Trinity some ability to hire staff and to do some of the early work that led to early college. So that was a piece of it. What I'd love to hear from you, if you have any thoughts for, when I have Department of Ed here, what can I say to them that would help them see that funding needs to be expanded so that we can do more of this with more schools? Because Trinity would love to do more. But as you know, there's financing issues both ways, just because we need to pay all these wonderful faculty to do this. And the models, I'll just footnote, the models in some other states use their local community colleges to do a lot of dual enrollment, as you know, or the public institutions. And we know UDC does some of it here, so bravo, and that's great, but we don't have that vast public education system in DC like the states have. So there really needs to be a way to fund the private institutions need funding to do this. So tell me what I should say to Department of Ed. I'm open. I'm all ears. I have my pen.
Give us the money.
Give us money.
I actually come from New York, where that is how it goes. Everyone does their dual enrollment too. The majority of the dual enrollment is done to the community colleges, so it is easily funded. In my program in New York, I was over 37 different school districts who all did dual enrollment and concurrent enrollment through the community college. So that's definitely a block here in DC. It's very different. But just to let them know, I mean, maybe if they spoke with the students and they saw like some of what the benefits are and why it's so important, and that it's a benefit not just to the students in the colleges, but to them in the community, they can maybe figure it out and understand that it is a really important, step, especially because as someone else did, I think, she said from CHEC, like that is a format that's more conducive to what our students actually need, as opposed to what they've been accustomed to and what teachers have been accustomed to and the school districts have been accustomed to, just because that's how it's always been done. But the pandemic in and of itself should have showed us that there's other ways and we need to explore them.
Maria?
No, she had to
She had to go?
Yeah, Maria had to leave.
Anyone else?
Well, I don't really know much about the finance department here, but I can definitely say student advocacy definitely plays a role in acquiring many things. From my experience, I go into Benjamin Banneker Academic High School, we advocated a lot, like from us getting a new building. So if you include a lot of student advocacy and experiences, whether it be anything, regardless of mental health or things that they need to carry on their education, it definitely goes a long way. I've had countless meetings with, I don't know if he's still the president of the Department of Education, but Chancellor Fairby, I don't know if you guys know. But
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I've definitely had meetings with Chancellor Gregory before, and just advocacy definitely goes a long way in achieving your goals. So I would definitely say incorporate a lot of students' experiences and their advocacy within your move to achieve this financial goal.
I may tee you up to come in. And by the way, we love Banneker and your principal of the burgers.
Thank you. Thank
Superb.
you.
We love Banneker too.
You know, go ahead, Taelah.
To answer your question, I definitely 100%, no, a 1,000,000% agree with him about student advocacy, because when people with the money, when they hear from adults, they may be like, okay, yeah, but when they actually hear from the students themselves, like, we want to do this, the adults can advocate, like, we want to give it to them, but they may still be a little shaky. But to hear, like, if you give us this opportunity, we will take full and complete advantage of it, and we will not waste it. I think that's a powerful tool. You're on my dance card. I'm right. Okay, that's right. Well, you're for me.
Quick question. I think I can yell it. Thank you all. Impressive and inspiring to hear you. I'm Monica Moore. I'm relatively new here at Trinity. Super excited to be here. Came in January of this year. Here's my question, and it's on the heels of what you said about advocacy. You are now the spokespeople for the lived experience at Trinity and through this dual enrollment program. What we find, and I've been really pleased to see the amount of faculty involvement in just best teaching practices and pedagogy, and apparently we're doing the right things. It sounds like you're echoing that. When you go back to your schools and students are looking at colleges that have a lot of superlatives that they shout about great football teams or bands or other experiences, and yet what Trinity can provide. Help me understand best how we can help students know what Trinity is capable of doing and passing that on as the advocates that you are to your peers and friend group. Is there something we can do differently to help that message live more fully in your high schools and in the communities you roam, so that people like you know that a school like this is doing the right thing every single day and that you're the beneficiary of it? So while I'm asking you, it's not for our benefit, it really is for the students' benefit to know that Trinity is a place you can go that has your back and then also propels you forward. So give us your best thinking around how we can help ourselves with your classmates and with people that might get snickerdoodled by some of those other colleges that have great bands and football teams, but they don't have what we got in terms of the faculty.
So I think things like football, basketball, marching bands, those like attract students, but I think you gotta really tell them that like those not really gonna affect your future. You can watch as much football you want. You're not, the chance that you go to the NFL is like slim. You gotta think about things that you can really do. And Trinity, these are opportunities that can really personally help you. Just the little things like, and yeah, I think you should tell them that this is for their future. Like, it may sound cliche, but like you gotta really start caring about your future and what you think about 10 years from now, because you don't want to be like a bum. You want to be a person who like did something with their life, and this opportunity is gonna help you really do something with your life.
And you have our back going to your school and saying that to people that may benefit from a place like Trinity.
Of course, when I go back to Coolidge and when I give tours to 8th graders, 7th graders who are coming up to ECA or thinking about coming to Coolidge, I always try to tell them like, you should really come. Like, it's a great opportunity. It's for your future. Like, really, really come. I'm trying to convince their parents. Really, really, really come. It's a great opportunity. Like, I wouldn't do it if I wouldn't like it. And I really do like it. That's why I try to convince them.
I love it.
I agree with you. Like, you really hit the nail on the head, because I volunteer to go back. I would speak at every KIPP school because I honestly do love it here. Not trying to get any brownie points or anything, but I do. And I think it's a school that really cares about you, because I know they're like, oh, this is a D1 sport team and this Ivy League. But if you think about, okay, well, how many students here are getting scholarships? How many students here have advisors that will come and email them weekly, like, how are you doing? How are you? Not like if you was to drop off the face of the earth, not like dead. Like if you was to not show up to school, would your advisor come email you asking, are you okay? Do you need a break? Can you go talk to your professors? Like it haven't been one professor here. I never experienced it where I asked them a question and they brushed it off, or they were just like, I don't care, or they was not truly interested, like, and they always help you push your learning. So I think really having students who graduated or who attend Trinity, myself included, I will go speak and really encourage them to come here to a school that cares about them. Yeah.
Well, it was amazing seeing the earlier part of this program and seeing our current elder student body and the work that they are doing and the things that they have accomplished. But it's even more inspiring to see all of you here and to see that our future, the light for our future is still lit and is bright and is going to continue to grow. So I'd like to thank you all, both our partners as well as the students, for being good fellows with us, being good community members with us, allowing us to fulfill part of our mission and allowing you to do the things that you enjoy doing and allowing our students to grow and learn and develop. So thank you.
Thank you. Are you closing up now? Okay. The dean is closing it up.
Yeah, I felt I had to do this. I feel so proud when I just, see all of these students, up here talking about your experiences and doing so well. So it's been great. And thank you all for coming, and our partners have been amazing. And I just look forward to working with you all, continue doing that for many years to come. So thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. You have something to say, Brandon?
Yeah, well, one last thing to say, just because it's only right. Even though she's not here, I would just like, could everybody give a round of applause for Miss Hope, because she really got us through.
Yes, she was so looking forward to being here, and I'll pass it on, Brandon. I know she wanted to be here to meet you. So, yep. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.